Susanna.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Pardon me, do you know where I can find a young, wonderful, beautiful, intelligent girl named Susanna Pomeroy?
Oh, Gary Stewart! Oh, it's good to see you.
Well, he's an old friend.
I hope so. Hello.
Well, the minute I met Phyllis, I knew she was the one. Wait till you see her. She's beautiful, wonderful, charming, adorable, lovely.
You like her?
Like her. I love her. And she loves me. But Mrs. Winslow doesn't want her daughter to marry an entertainer, much less a guitar player.
Do Phyllis and Mrs. Winslow know you're aboard?
No, not yet.
What do you think will happen when Mrs. Winslow finds out?
Oh, nothing much. She'll just burst a blood vessel.
Captain Huxley, if Gary Stewart is on board this ship, I'll burst a blood vessel.
Mrs. Winslow, this is the passenger list, and I assure you there's no Gary Stewart aboard.
But I hope not. Chasing my daughter when he knows he's unwelcome. I just don't know what she sees in him.
Well, I can't see anything wrong if they're both in love.
Captain Huxley, I have an open mind, and I want my daughter to be happy. I want her marriage to be the most significant event of her life. That's why she's going to marry somebody that I want her to marry.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. I didn't know you were busy.
Well, that's perfectly all right. I was just leaving.
Mrs. Winslow, this is Miss Pomeroy, our social director.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do?
Mrs. Winslow feels that her daughter's unwanted suitor's aboard the Ocean Queen. He's a guitar player by the name of Gary Stewart.
Gary Stewart? Well, I know him.
You do?
Oh, yes. Well, he's a wonderful fellow. A fine catch for any girl.
Well, that's just one woman's opinion.
I have assured Mrs. Winslow that her daughter will be thousands of miles away before she can ever see him again.
Nothing could make me happier. Well, now, if you'll excuse me, Captain. Very nice to have met you, Miss Pomeroy.
Thank you. Well, I guess I'd better be running along.
Miss Pomeroy.
Yes, Captain.
Close the door. Now take one giant step toward me.
Why, sir?
You have never just come in here for no reason at all.
Well, there's always a first time.
Yes. Miss Pomeroy, I'm going to ask you just 2 questions. Why are you here, and how do you expect to talk your way out of it?
Well, I just hired a wonderful entertainer. He's a singer, and he plays the guitar. He plays the guitar, and he sings. Excuse me.
I see. This entertainer's name wouldn't be Gary Stewart, would it?
Oh, come now, Captain Huxley. Why, you know he's 1,000 miles away. Now, how would you ever think of a thing like that?
Because I know you, Miss Pomeroy. It is the same fellow, isn't it?
It is. I just hired him.
Well, just fire him.
Oh, now, you can't do that, Captain Huxley.
And why can't I?
Oh, well, because he loves her, and she loves him, and well, even you must have been in love sometime.
Well, I've had my moments.
Well, then you do understand, don't you?
Well, yes, I do understand. But my job is to make the passengers happy. All right. But you just make sure that this Gary Stewart stays away from Mrs. Winslow's daughter.
Yes, sir.
And if you do not, Miss Pomeroy, you will only hear 2 words from me.
2 words, sir?
Yes. Woman overboard.
Shame on you, Nugie. Blood's dropping. I'd better break it up. You stay here and keep an eye open for Mrs. Winslow. Oh, hello, Mrs. Winslow.
Mother.
No, but it could have been. I'm sorry I had to use such drastic measures, but I've been ordered to keep you two apart.
Well, you aren't, are you?
You're darn right I aren't.
Darling, this is Susanna Pomeroy. She's the social director and also a very good friend.
Hello.
I hope you're Phyllis.
I hope I'm Mrs. Gary Stewart.
Well, I hope so, too. Now, tell me, what does your mother have against Gary?
She's superstitious. She believes in omens and fortune tellers and horoscopes.
Yes, but what does being superstitious have to do with you?
Well, not only was I born on Friday the 13th, but at the time of my birth, Venus was close to Mars, in conjunction with Jupiter, and in the direct path of Saturn.
Simple translation, please.
I'm a jinx. Well, according to Mrs. Winslow, that is.
Pardon me, I'm Mrs. Winslow. Have you seen my daughter?
Your daughter, Mrs. Winslow?
How old is she?
How much does she weigh? Are you sure she's on this ship? Oh, you shouldn't stand in the doorway.
I shouldn't? Why not?
It's bad luck.
It is.
Well, I never heard of that superstition.
Oh, there you are, Mother. I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, I've been looking for you, too, dear. Shall we walk through the lounge to the other side of the ship?
Oh! And the worst superstition of all is to leave a guitar on the piano.
It is? I must remember that.
Well, it's all right now. The coast is clear.
The coast is clear.
Come on, Mother.
That was close.
Closies don't count. Hey, I've got good news. I talked to the captain, and you've got yourself a job.
Really? Oh, Susanna, that's wonderful. How can I ever thank you?
Just be great in the show. Hey, how about running over some of your numbers?
Oh, sure. Why not? Here.
The Bridge of San Rey. I don't remember hearing this.
No, you haven't. I scratched it out on the plane.
Very romantic. Bridge, Black Dove, legend. Hey, is it true?
Well, I don't know. I've never been to San Rey.
You will find your true love, so the legend does say. When you see a black dove on the bridge of San Rey, unbelieving was I, for it couldn't be true. Just a little white lie, then you came into view. When we met, I could tell at a glance that a life of romance was eternally mine. Must it matter to me what the legend did say? Though no dove did I see, either nighttime or day, I found love on the bridge of San
beautiful. As soon as we get to San Ray, I'm going right out in that bridge.
Well, that was only a legend. You'd have to be superstitious to believe that.
Is superstitious. Gary, you've just solved your problem.
I have?
He have? Look, superstition and Mrs. Winslow. Didn't Phyllis say they go together like black cats in trouble?
Hey, that's right. She'll believe anything that any fortune teller tells her.
It's going to be a wonderful trip, Phyllis. By the time we get back home, you'll have forgotten what that guitar player looks like.
I'm not so sure, Mother. Doesn't seem more than 5 minutes since I last saw him.
Oh, there you are, Mrs. Winslow.
Yes, I am.
And Madam Oracle, the most famous fortune teller in the whole world, is on board, and she wants to see you.
She is. She does.
I hope you don't mind the subtle way that I told you.
Oh, well, no.
Come on, it's time to be Madam Oracle.
Cut the cards 3 times towards yourself. The 8 of clubs next to the King of Diamonds, and surrounding them, the King of Spades and the 7 of Clubs. Unbelievable.
Oh, what does it mean?
I see a young girl who is being pursued by a young man. I also see an older woman who would prevent these 2 from being one. Do the cards lie, Mrs. Winslow?
No. No, they don't. Madam Oracle, what is my solution?
The answer is in the legend of San Ray.
I don't believe I've ever heard it.
You have. It means that one can find one's true love there. You must have your daughter stand on the bridge tomorrow afternoon. The first man she meets on the bridge will be her true love. Providing a black dove appears.
Well, I'll see that she's there. But what if no black dove arrives?
There will be one. I can see it flying now. It will arrive at exactly 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
You're sure?
Positive. It is a scheduled flight.
Lovebirds, lovebirds, aren't we the lovebirds? Billing and cooing, 2 by 2 in every day.
How like peas in a pot are we?
I'm good for you and you're great for me. We seldom, if ever, disagree. It's wonderful that way.
We're lovebirds.
Lovebirds,
Aren't we the lovebirds?
pleasant and charming, arm in arming every day.
I could swear that man is Gary Stewart.
Oh, it couldn't be.
Certainly looks like him.
are times when we fume and fuss.
My face you scratch and your hair I muss. But those who dare interfere with us are looking for a fight.
We're lovebirds.
Lovebirds.
Aren't we the lovebirds?
Billing and cooing. Lovable, aren't we?
Actually,
Regularly.
indubitably.
Lovebirds, and we'll always be. Lovebirds, lovebirds, are we?
Mother, will you excuse me? I'd like to go out on deck.
Oh, certainly, dear. The captain and I'll join you later.
Oh, it was just wonderful, Miss Pomeroy.
Hi, honey.
And you too, Gary, but did you two have to embrace so tightly?
Oh, it was just make-believe.
Oh, I can vouch for that.
Mrs. Winslow, I can assure you now, you're mistaken.
I am not. It is Gary Stewart.
Miss Pomeroy, what happened to your promise to me?
Well, I'm sorry, Captain, but I had to break it. You see, well, Gary and Phyllis, well, they were just meant for each other. My feminine intuition told me that.
Intuition. Well, my intuition, courtesy of Madame Oracle, tells me that my daughter's going to meet the man she's going to marry tomorrow afternoon.
I am? Where?
On the bridge of San Ray.
Oh, what makes you think that?
When you have the Queen of Diamonds next to the Jack of Spades, flanked by the Seven of Spades, the Ace of Hearts, the Two of Diamonds, and the Four of Clubs. What else?
It's perfectly clear to me.
And when you add a black dove.
A black dove?
Naturally. Come along, Phyllis. You must get a good night's sleep, dear, before you meet the man you're going to marry. Sorry, Mr. Stewart. The cards have spoken. Come along.
You know, when I get to San Ray, I'm going to have a complete physical checkup. I'm suffering from fatigue.
The cards have spoken.
Here is your black dog.
The poor man's colorblind.
He probably left the dove out in the window and it faded.
What is black can become white, and what is white can become black. See?
No. No, you're talking in riddles.
If one strikes a match and applies it to the cork,
It will burn.
see, it will become scorched. And if one applies, it will become black. See?
See? Jose, you're a genius. We'll take one white dove and a dozen corks.
Coo of a black dove if I ever heard one. And right on time. It's a scheduled flight, you know.
I know, Mother.
He's here. Look. Oh, now the first man to cross this bridge is yours. I know he'll be tall, handsome, distinguished, wealthy.
Go get her, Gary. She's all yours.
Thank you, Madame Oracle.
Oh, it's too late. There's a man on the bridge.
Why, it's Captain Huxley. You're my future son-in-law.
Your future what?
Oh, you'll never regret it, Captain. She's charming, sweet, considerate, a man's woman. Oh, I kept you. What? Are you going to stand here and allow this man to put his arms around your future wife?
Miss Winslow, I do not know what is going on, but I will soon find out.
Miss Pomeroy, you come out here. I know you're here. You've got to be here. I knew it. Now, what is going on here?
Well, I've already told you. You're going to marry my daughter.
Oh, he can't now, Mrs. Winslow.
No?
Oh, no. No, you know, when you hear a peal of thunder followed by rain, well, that changes the legend.
It does?
Oh, definitely. You see, that's the trouble with most people when it comes to legends. They don't read the footnotes. Now, a weather change like this, it changes the legend to mean the first unmarried man.
But I am not.
Not available. Why, to defy this would be as bad as not picking up a pen, or not crossing your fingers when you see a white horse, or walking under a ladder.
Oh, I wouldn't dare do any of those things.
Well, surely you must realize that Gary is your daughter's true love.
I don't want to be a spoiled sport, but it's raining.
Double miracle.
Double miracle?
The last part of the legend. If the dove changes from black to white, there will be the happiest of marriages. Well, Mrs. Winslow?
Well, who am I to argue with double miracles? Oh, Captain Huxley, will you marry them?
With pleasure. Shall we go? It's boring.
It is.
You can come out now, Miss Nugent, before you get soaked.